Let us face the facts, people. He was under peer pressure. They told him, we have to beat you. They beat him. They told him, you got to drink this stuff. He drank engine oil. Engine oil, one of the boys got hold of from a housemaster's car. I'm telling you what's going on in the investigation. That's what investigative journalism is. People on the inside feeding Kemi with information. The governor wouldn't like it. The police chief wouldn't like it, but that's not my problem. School. At the end of the day, Sylvester did anything they wanted him to do. They asked him to describe his sister's vaginas. He did. Then he told his parents. His parents said they removed the girls or something. You guys don't know what boarding houses is about. Boarding houses is no different from Big Brother Niger. A whole lot of people living in one house. Big Brother. As soon as they get in there, you see what they do. They form their little groups. Their little groups. You see this one talking to that one. Who did Lekki hang out with more? Who did White Money hang out with more? Before you know it, they become lovers in the house.
I mean, how does that even make sense? How does all those things this woman is spewing from her mouth, how does it even sound? Like, guys, doesn't even make sense at all. Guys, this is one of the most ridiculous perspective to this Sylvester's case that I have ever heard. I thought Dowen's college own narrative of, oh, he played football, he sustained a leg injury, and that's the cause of his death. I thought that was actually the most ridiculous. But you hear this one coming from Kemi Olunloyo. She calls herself a seasoned investigative journalist. Yes, this one is coming from her. This is the most ridiculous one. And to be frank with you, I am not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised at all, because I've been saying it on my channel that this is actually expected. This is expected, and this is just the start of it all. I mean, hey, check out the NSAS Lekki Tollgate whole issue. Check it out. Hear the different perspectives that came up from left, right, and center to destroy the entire evidence, to scatter that story. Even the same Kemi Olunloyo, she came up, and was it last week or 2 weeks ago? She came up and was blasting DJ Switch, accusing DJ Switch of trying to, distort the peace of Lagos State, trying to mislead Nigerians. A mother, someone's mother, a journalist. But let me just put the disclaimer out there, guys. I cannot verify whatever she has said. This statement she made, or this explanation that she gave, was actually a recorded conversation from a clubhouse meeting or gathering or whatever it was they were doing, But guys, let's quickly get into this video and dissect what she has said, dissect her claims, because all that she has claimed happened to Sylvester, guys, it completely contradicts the testimonial that some of Sylvester's classmates have actually shared. So let's just quickly get into this video and talk about different things, or every single thing, every single point that she has raised, one after the other. Let's start.
People, he was under peer pressure. They told him, we have to beat you. They beat him. They told him, you got to drink this stuff. He drank engine oil. Engine oil, one of the boys got hold of from a housemaster's car.
Okay, hold up a second, guys. Hold up a second. Pray tell, can we really say, like, I don't get, is it really possible to say that the circumstances surrounding Sylvester's death was actually a result of peer pressure in the first place? Like, guys, how possible is it? I mean, let's look at the true definition of peer pressure. Sylvester was actually 11 years old in JSS 2 when this thing actually happened last week or 2 weeks ago. Yes, he didn't clock 12 years until last week, Saturday. The boys that actually beat him up, they are in SS2, SS1, obviously way older than Sylvester. So how is it peer pressure? I thought Peer pressure actually meant one being under the pressure of, being like their age group in the same social circle. So I'm wondering, like, was Sylvester actually in the same social circle with these boys? I don't know. Anyways, I wasn't in the school. But guys, it sounds really ridiculous to me. I don't know. Someone please enlighten me. And then another thing is, thank God, she agrees that there was actually a beating by these boys. Unlike what the school is holding on to, that Sylvester actually sustained leg injuries from playing football. At least there was a beating. At least there were boys that actually beat up Sylvester. But tagging it all as peer pressure, I'm not sure.
That's what investigative journalism is. People on the inside feeding Kemi with information. The governor wouldn't like it. The police chief wouldn't like it, but that's not my school. At the end of the day, Sylvester did anything they wanted him to do. They asked him to describe his sister's vaginas. He did.
For real.
Then he told his parents. His parents said they removed the girls or something.
Okay, guys, I don't get it. Sylvester did what they told him to do. Meaning what exactly? Guys, did you watch the interview that Sylvester's dad and his two sisters had with the Punch newspapers and Arise News TV? Guys, come on. Let's have the fear of God. Sylvester did what he was told to do. That boy was complaining. In fact, he had been complaining to his parents, his family, since he was in JSS 1, that he was being bullied, that he was scared of going back to school, that they are threatening to kill him since JSS 1. The father actually even mentioned that the moment Sylvester resumed school in Dowen College, they will give him 50,000 naira for upkeep, and it will be exhausted in 1 week. They had to resort to giving his upkeep to his housemaster, Mr. Hamid. His provisions that they would give to him, it would not last him for 1 week. How is that a child doing what they asked him to do willingly? Like, how does that even make sense? Seriously? And then the part Kemi was talking about, they asked him to describe that, they told him to do these things, and he agreed to, like, he literally agreed to do all those things. Those boys forced him to say he had seen his sister's private parts, and they were beating him up that if he did not agree to having seen his sister's private parts, they would not stop beating him. And so he had to admit, and they used that information to make a jest of his sisters. We heard all of that. The sister petitioned to the school, according to her, that the boys be suspended, but the boys were never suspended. They went for a break, midterm break, they came back, and those boys had resumed school again fully. We also heard the testimonial of Sylvester's roommate. That person was saying that he was in the room the night the whole beating happened. That there were actually even 6, not even 5. That they beat him up, they had switched off the light in that room, and they had beaten Sylvester to pulp. And they had given him something to drink. And whilst they were beating him up, they were complaining about Sylvester being a snitch, complaining about the school's rules against bullies. So how is this an initiation into a boy gang, as Kemi describes it? How does it even make sense? It does not even, the stories does not even corroborate at all.
I don't know what boarding houses is about. Boarding houses is no different from Big Brother Nigeria. A whole lot of people living in one house. Big Brother. As soon as they get in there, you see what they do. They form their little groups. Their little groups. You see this one talking to that one. Who did Lekki hang out with more? Who did White Money hang out with more? Before you know it, they become lovers in the house. People, he was under...
Guys, in as much as this is not funny at all, oh my God, it's the comparison for me. It's the comparison for me. This is not funny, but it's so ridiculous that it's unimaginable. I can't even wrap my head around the thought of it. Like, comparing a boarding house to Big Brother Nigeria. For real. Let's not even have that conversation today. Not today. Not today. The focus of this video is proving what happened to Sylvester. I wasn't there. I can't even verify Kemi's story, her claims, and all of her descriptions, her explanations. It felt, the way she's describing it, it felt as though she was actually in the room when it all happened. It felt as though she was there when Sylvester had that agreement, in quotes, with those boys that, oh, if you want to join our gang, we will beat you, we'll give you something to drink, you will tell us what your sister's vaginas look like. It just sounds like she was actually there. But guys, one thing I am begging, please, let's not ridicule the dead. The dead cannot speak. As it is right now, Sylvester cannot come and defend himself. He's dead. But what we are seeking is justice for that poor boy. Justice for his family. So please, I beg you all, let us not ridicule this particular case. Please, it is serious. It's not a child's play. It's not a joke. So let's stop. Listen, I don't care who is sponsoring whoever or anybody or whoever, but let's just, if we don't really know what's going on, let's just keep our opinion to ourselves, other than trying to mislead the public. Because this information, guys, even though I cannot verify it, it sounds very, very misleading. And no apologies given, but such a narrative coming from someone who has completely condemned DJ Switch because of a testimonials during the NSAS protest, the whole Lekki tollgate issue. Come on, I'm sorry, I'm not buying this. I'm not gonna buy this hook, line, no way, because it does not add up. Because all what she's saying now, it's like she's just literally saying that Sylvester's family is lying about what actually happened to Sylvester. That is what this whole thing means. And guys, it doesn't make sense. But all hope is not lost. I'm not gonna fret about it. I'm calm. I'm not gonna fret about it. Why? Because I'm very, very confident in Falana. That's Fswg's dad, the lawyer that has taken up Sylvester's case. Currently, he's working. He's doing his findings, and I am really praying to God that everything works out well without any form of evil manipulation from any corners. Because listen, a lot of shit is happening. People are going to try to cover up this whole issue. You see what Dowen College is already doing? They've been doing their nasty, dirty, stinky cover-up from the first time that Sylvester started complaining of being bullied. They've done nothing about it. First time they lied that they suspended those boys, but they did not. And this is not the first time. Sylvester is not the only student. A lot of parents, a lot of mothers, they've come out to share their own experiences about the trauma that their children are still facing, are still experiencing now as a result of having been bullied in Dowen College. And now we're having this, someone coming up with investigative journalism, trying to come and overwrite everything that the family has shared, that Sylvester's friends, who are actually witnesses of this whole event, have actually shared. You know what, guys? As I said earlier, I am begging, please, let us not try to mislead the public, all right? At this point in time, let's allow the lawyer, that's Falana, to do his job. Stop spreading misleading stories up and down. It's not going to get us anywhere. That said, this is where I'm going to end this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah. I look forward to knowing what you all think or deduce from this interesting narrative from the seasoned investigative journalist Kemi Olunloyo in the comment section below. Anyways, I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah. Have an amazing day. Bye.